Welcome to week 9. Our weekly payout went to Brad last week with the most points with 163.2. He beat myself by 0.8 points, so very close on that count.
Don't you usually beat yourself?
Yes, in the shower.
Is that why? Is that why you got this? Hiding?
Yes. This was actually the third time out of the last 4 weeks that I've lost the weekly payout by finishing second.
You're dogging me last week for talking about my team, and you opened the whole thing talking about your team.
Flat out. My whole point is I know it's boo-hoo. I'm 6-2 and have the best record in the league, so fuck me. Huh?
Yeah.
That's my whole point. Like, you bitch about your team when you're in first. That was my whole point behind it. Individual running back points leader will be the weekly payout. So if D'Angelo Williams rushes for 18.2 points, and that's number one, D'Angelo Williams and Don Anderson will get the $10. There's been some discussion about people wanting to move back to the CBS website, which I'm fine with. It costs $150 a year, is the reason why I thought a change would be good, but it seems like most people don't mind actually paying that for the league maintenance fee. So that's something we can discuss at the wild card playoff party at Bert's house this January.
My fantasy league's half the price.
Yeah.
You can create your own stats, do whatever you want, design your own website.
They don't have a chat room though. So, and that's big for our league. So, that's the main thing. And that's the issue with CBS, ESPN. ESPN has where Android or iPhone users can get on the chat through the app, which is actually really nice and has helped a few others get in the chat more often. So, one of my main issues. Game wrap-ups. Brad beat Todd to send Todd on a 3-game losing streak. If you remember, Todd started off 5-0 and looking to run away with the division. Now he's tied for second. And Brad's hot on everyone's tails in that division at 4-4. And if Megatron scored 50 points a week,
you'd be too.
Yeah, Brad's looking pretty decent right now as a nice dark horse to even win that division.
Maybe not right now, because if you look at his roster this week, it's a little tight, little thin, Brad. I wish I was playing you.
Andy Wallace beat John Whipple, which the Bengals defense decided. I was told that John Whipple was advised earlier in the week to pick up the Bengals defense. Whipple decided to go with the Vikings defense.
Smart move.
That was the decision that caused Whipple to win, actually, as Wallace ended up picking the Bengals defense up. So if Whipple misses the playoffs because of that, well, he'll have no one to blame but his own stupidity. And Whipple had Dalton score 41. So you lose when you have a guy score 40 like that. It's a huge bonus, but Whipple somehow found a way to lose. Josh beat Blake to move to 2-6, still in last place, but with the log jamming in that division with all those guys at 4-4, Josh is still alive, and that was a pun intended.
But log jamming's in another division.
I know, but they're a bunch of gay fuckers in that division. Blake, however, is going to be in the toilet bowl at 1-7 or whatever it is.
Has he been officially eliminated?
He is officially eliminated from winning the division, as I'm 5 games up on him. He can't win the division. You would say that Blake's roster looking at would be scoring 140 points a week, but it's just big names, just nobody is doing what they're supposed to. I mean, Doug Martin's looking like a second-round pick next year, and Chris Johnson's looking like a fourth-rounder. Just not a rough year. Andy Nelson beat Justin on a Golden Tate touchdown, which I'm sure you all saw the highlights as he...
What a fucking dick.
Yeah. Waving bye-bye to the Rams defender, which I'm sure Andy now is hoping he's waving bye-bye to Justin.
I hope so.
As Andy's now tied for first and the battle to win the division. And Justin's now right there in the 4th or 5th bubble, just kind of the way the head-to-head's working out for Justin. And speaking of that Golden Tate touchdown, it allowed Drew to beat Burt by 1.4 points. Second week in a row, Drew has just narrowly squeaked by for a win. Now he's 5-3, tied for first.
So Drew has won the last 2 games by 3 points.
Yeah.
Combined.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Go to the casino, Drew.
Yeah, he's had...
Lottery ticket.
Drew scored 99 points in one last week, which is just crazy. Which, I mean, if you lose and score 99, it's,
He deserved to lose.
Yeah, you deserve to lose, basically. Lever beat Don Anderson to move to 3-5. Don is 4-4. And it's another big divisional win for Leaper as Don's 4-4 now and Leaper's 3-5, and it's going to come down to the wire in that division and the other division as well.
And that could be a battle for the last playoff spot. And Leaper's got he's a game behind in the standings, but he's got the head-to-head tiebreak.
Yeah. So I also beat my dad, doubling him up 162 to 84.
You have to say doubling him up.
Yeah. You can do the math. It's
Close.
he was Monday night. He was having a worse night than Michael Waka had tonight. Another person who's having a bad year. If you don't know, Waka gave up like 6 runs and
bad year. He's having an awesome year.
My dad's having a bad year.
Oh.
Waka's having a bad night.
Yes.
As probably having the video, Todd's probably celebrating watching his Red Sox win the World Series. So congratulations to Todd. Trades, we only had a couple this week. Demaryius Thomas and Hakeem Nicks for, Demaryius Thomas for Hakeem Nicks and Pierre Garçon. And then Burt traded Jarrett Boykin, Pierre Thomas, and Darren Sproles to Leaper for CJ Spiller, who's now on his 4th team for a consensus top 6 pick in every rank, however you want to look at it. Spiller was top 5, basically.
Every fantasy expert's power rankings.
Yeah. They said they were going to run Spiller till he pukes, and they gave him like 8 carries a game.
I think he pukes before they run out.
Yeah, that must be. For Andre Johnson and Ridley. So that's a big trade for both those guys, as Spiller really, if he does get healthy after the bye week, could really win someone in the playoffs and get him, if he becomes Spiller again. The Week 9 matchups, I play Leaper. Like we said, just pulled off a nice trade and got rid of Ridley, so that's kind of a second time you've had Ridley this year, right? And second time you've traded him before you even started him. Brad plays the I don't trade anymore, trader Don Anderson. I don't think he's made a trade since he made a video appearance.
He traded Justin.
Yeah, he traded Adrian Peterson last week.
And he got bashed for it, so he's probably
the big one.
And now he's gun shy again.
He's just gun shy. He needs to make another big one.
But you know what? We were dogging him for making all those trades, and then he went dark. Now he makes a trade, and we kind of dog him again, and maybe he needs another trade.
He might need to make another trade. Especially, I was looking at that preview. Brad's got, who does Brad have on bye? He's got Victor Cruz, Marino, Julius Thomas, Calvin Johnson. And I was looking at Don's team. I was like, Don must have some guys on byes. But there's nobody on bye on Don's team. It's just, that's his team.
Hey, that's because he traded for him last week when they were on bye.
Yeah, that's Don's team, is that battle. Good luck this week, Don. You should beat Brad, as Brad's down 4 starters, which is studs. Yeah, 4 exactly.
Brad's on all 4s, bent over, waiting for you, Don.
Yeah.
Give it to him.
Whipple plays another Andy this week, as he played Andy Wallace last week. Now he plays Andy Nelson. Andy's tied for first, and Whipple's in that bottleneck at 4-4. So, big-time playoff seeding matchup as well.
Yeah, Whipple wins. Him and I are tied. He has the tiebreak.
Yeah. So, and you'd probably be out of the playoffs. Andy Wallace plays Justin.
I won't be out of the playoffs.
Both are hit by the bye weeks pretty hard. Both have enough depth to put on some respectable rosters. Hard part for Wallace is Foster is a game-time decision going into Sunday night. And Todd has Brandon Tate. So,
hey, don't count out Justin. He's a master at trading his guys on bye week.
it's it's a good strategy.
Yeah,
Justin's built himself a nice little squad this year. No Michael Turner to make fun of this year. Pretty solid moves, actually, for Justin this year. He learned a lot from his growing pains last year, I'd say.
Yes.
Burt plays Blake. Burt's fully loaded this week. Nobody on bye. Just made a trade. Blake's just hoping his guys can all get healthy before the toilet bowl at 1-7, I think. Blake scored over 100 points just 3 times this year, so just really not a fun year for him. As you notice, he's not in the chat room very often anymore. He's just...
Didn't Calvin score 100 points himself last week?
Pretty damn close.
So what did Calvin do versus Blake last week? Blake nip him by about 20?
52.
Yeah.
50 for Calvin.
77 for Blake.
77 for Blake.
Josh plays my dad. who Josh at this point has no running backs at all that are able to play this week. All of them are on bye week. Just sounds like Josh is going to be playing the waiver wire, pick up a guy, and hope he scores some garbage.
Doesn't work, Josh. I tried it last week. Alfonso Smith, 0.
Yep.
Short choice.
Tashard choice,
3.4.
3
Yep.
points.
So, might want to just save yourself some beers.
Yes. What a waste of beer.
Todd and Drew both play each other. They're 5-3. Todd doesn't have a QB yet this week, but knowing Todd, I'm sure a trade is in the works, so I'm sure he'll make something happen as soon as he's done celebrating. I know some people's records don't look the greatest right now, but you might be feeling a little down on your luck. But until you reach that 7th loss like Blake has, you're really still in it, as you have a great chance of making the playoffs. Sleeper was 0-3, I think, and now he's 3-5, and back in the playoff hunt. It's just
Wasn't
0-4. 0-4, he says.
wasn't there a tool that was 0-2 and all of a sudden now 6-2?
Yeah, I was. I honestly, the whole point is don't stop making moves. That's how you make your team better.
I mean,
Don't
pretend
be
it's your
content.
wife. Try to get laid every night. You're going to get shut out probably 14 out of 15 nights, but that one night you may hit.
I do pretend it's my wife. I try to trade them all the fucking time.
There you go, exactly.
Get rid of them when they piss me off. That's my strategy. But,
Can we throw in our wives in our next trade? Here, can we put her on a bye week?
waiver wire.
Put her on the waiver wire. The wives waiver wire.
I'm gonna pick up somebody new this week.
Yeah.
You're out.
But my point is, it's just like, it was better when I was in the groove. But like Jim Valvano would say, don't give up. Don't ever give up. If you need to ever be inspired, watch his speech at the ESPYs from 1983. The old North Carolina State coach.
It wasn't 83.
80s, in the 80s.
No, it
92.
wasn't. 93.
93.
He
Somewhere.
won the tournament in 81.
There we go. See, it's somewhere. But either way, you guys know who he is. Also, don't fucking tell anybody who the fuck you're bidding on or how much. Because, we're all competing against each other. We're friendly. But if you tell me you're bidding on Doug Martin for $10, and, well, guess what? If I was 8 on him, I'm bidding 11 because you fucking told me that because you're a fucking moron. Don't tell anybody anything. Unless you want to. And then you can see what happens. Don Anderson. So, little slip up of some messaging earlier in the day. Just someone had sold someone what they were bidding on them, and then casual conversation came up, and somebody one-upped them, which is kind of dirty pool, but there is $1,400 on the line, and this wasn't a intent to piss somebody off, but just keep your mouth shut, or try to mislead someone. If you're going to tell someone you're going to bid $291 on them, why not lie and say you're bidding $391 or something? So at least, or $191, exactly. Just don't tell them your exact bid and hope something doesn't happen. It's just, we're all going after the same guys, and we're all competitive. So keep your mouth shut unless you're willing to pay the price, I guess. Right, Andy?
My mouth shut.
Who was your most disappointing this week besides Don Anderson?
What? RG3, Elf, Marshawn Lynch. Who else is on that roster? Demarius Thomas, Vernon Davis, Anquan Bolden. All of them were the most disappointing this week. I wanted your dad to smoke you.
It didn't happen. Opposite. 6-game winning streak. I'm bound to lose. Longest winning streak of the season so far.
It is.
Nobody has 6 wins.
But
I know I'm jinxing myself.
I love it.
I'm bringing it.
who
I
do
just
you
lost-
have this week?
I already lost Reggie Wayne. I
Do you
lost a
even-
top 15 wide
Do you even
receiver.
have any buys? Or you
No.
weasel your bye weeks out
I've
of
got
trades?
Des Bryant and Gordon left.
Those are big buys.
Lock of the week.
Yeah,
Oh.
lock of the week. Yeah. Who are some of your? A lot of people have some asset. Who needs to make a move to make themselves better down the stretch?
Who needs to make a move? I think Leaper needs to make one more move. He's one spot on, or Leaper in the black division and Meat Wagon driver in the gold division. The reason I say that, they're both sitting on the outside looking in, but they have the tie breaks. Tie breaks are so underrated, guys. You have more points than the guys in front of you. You're playing them heads up. Take advantage of that. They're big, big games. I'm in a big game my team right now. If I lose, I go from first down to third because I'll be behind Drew. I'd be behind Whipple. And then I still got to play Leaper and Donnie coming up. That could lose in those division games.
Yeah, you could be out of the playoffs.
Put me out of the playoffs. So I'd say they need to make the move. They need to step up right now. They're on the outside of the bubble looking in, but they have a good shot at moving into the playoffs.
Somebody does have to lose. We only take 8. Top 4 in each division. So,
Or top 6 can battle for the first round pick next year. Who's that going to be?
actually, it's going to be,
Jamal Charles.
yeah, I would say Charles.
Jamal Charles.
Number 1 pick.
They're going to have a first place schedule.
Maybe Jimmy Graham.
Maybe Jimmy Graham. Jeez.
Megatron.
Plantar fasciitis. 3 catches, 18 yards, 2 touchdowns. Only Jimmy Graham. I mean, plantar fasciitis tore down Albert Pujols, who was a consistent 300 hitter, 30-plus homer, 120-plus RBI. Knocked him down this year. But can't knock down Jimmy Graham.
You cannot. He's good. And I traded Pujols, and I won the league.
Division.
I'm on a roll this year. 2013 is my year.
Jeez. Good thing you have that suit on, or your head would be even bigger.
You don't fuck with Captain America. Lock of the week to win, Andy.
I didn't even look.
Weird. Andy Nelson's not prepared to do this video. This is
Well, it's
why.
trick-or-treating day. No, what? The lock of the week is whoever is playing Brad. Brad, you have too many horses on bye this week.
Yeah.
So, who's playing Brad?
Don Anderson.
Donnie,
Yeah.
lock of the week. You're winning.
Andy Nelson's not prepared. We are doing auditions for someone to sit in this chair. So, if you would like to be in the video, please let me know. Good luck to everyone.
No one else can hold the trophy, though.
No one cares. So, good
Then
job.
if no one cares, why the fuck are you doing this league?
No one cares that you're holding the trophy.
Everyone cares about the trophy.
I care about the trophy.
They're just jealous. They don't get to hold the trophy.
No one cares.
Admit it.
No one cares about
You want it?
No, no one cares about you being
Fine.
here is what my point is.
Well, you said no one cares about the trophy.